Okay. Thank you guys so much for your support. I know things have been a little bit rough. I'm like $150 short to get my laptop, my tablet, and bring you the quality of videos that I'm accustomed to bringing to you. So more than ever, I need your donations. I need whatever you can send, whatever you can give, because it is going to help. On the 26th of April, I do have someone that is going to give 1,000 as an angel donor, and that will really put me over the top as far as the LLC and getting these laptops and tablets so I can continue to do the videos, the quality videos that I used to do. You all know that. When I have my laptop, my tablet, my phone, I couldn't run the business without that. I went to 3 tablets and 3 laptops. And it has really hurt the business. I can't run a business on the phone. So I'm going to need you guys, because you guys that I can depend on, to send donations as much as you can today, so I can continue to do the quality videos, paid videos, pre-recorded videos like before, and also my Patreon subscribers, so they can also have their videos. I cannot upload Patreon videos on the phone. There's just no room and no storage. So I'm this close. I need a little more. So guys, I depend on you to help me with that. Okay. Now, yeah, I've been working around the clock. Mercury in the 6th house. Mercury in the 6th house gives a powerful intellectual acumen. It's not something that anyone says, or even something that anyone does. With Mercury in the 6th house, there's a high level of intellect, an all-knowing level of intellect. You could be the smartest person in the room, but not say anything. There's a powerful sense of automatic intuition. Now let me explain what that means. Automatic intuition is you walk into a room and you sense an intelligence, whatever it is. But with Mercury in the 6th house, it's really more having to do with the behind the scenes of things around you, like a microwave. There could be a new microwave at a store or at an office, and everybody's like, "Oh wow, this is a great microwave," but they're intimidated in knowing how to use it. They have to get like the manual or talk to a supervisor to teach them how to use the new microwave. Well, the person with Mercury in Virgo will instantly know how to work it, how to operate it. And is also quite aware of the machinations behind that microwave. The same thing with people. The same thing with people. You know, people are walking computers. If you really want to go deep, The human brain is a computer, while the human mind is the decode information that comes out of the brain. Because the mind and the brain are two different things. With Mercury in Virgo, that person is not only automatically proficient in the brain, which is the computer, how it works. The brain, it has the cerebrum, the cerebellum, the pons, and the brain stem. All that is part of the computer that makes the brain. But the information or the intelligence that comes out of the brain, which we call the mind, that is a whole separate faculty. That's a whole separate faculty. And the person born with Mercury in the 6th house has proficient access to both. The other thing about Mercury in the 6th house is that it gives you a strong sense of discernment. Now, we can break the human faculty into 4, right? We have the intellect, we have the emotion, we have the intuition, and we have perception. Those are the 4 faculties that composes both the brain and the mind. With Mercury in Virgo, you have a strong built-in faculty of human perception. They may not be intuitive and psychic, and you don't even have to be an intellect. But if you have perception is a very powerful human faculty because it's not marred by emotion or by intuition. Because intuition is, you have to put energy into it, and you also have to trust it. That's why a lot of people don't like using their intuitive faculties, because you still have to trust it. And the same thing with the emotions. You have to trust what you're feeling in order to give validation to emotions. It's no different with using the intuition, but perception is a whole different story. Perception is something built in, ready-made, and it's crazy because it is like a higher octave of intuition. It is a much more mastered sense of emotional intuition. But unlike the emotions and the intuitive faculties, you have to trust it and give it energy and go through a sense of trial and error. You don't have to do that with perception. Perception, if you have Mercury in the 6th house, can be your best ally in decoding information about a person or an environment or a situation. There are many great people that have become lawyers, judges, heads of state that are great leaders because of a highly developed sense of perception. Right? It is almost like a language in and of itself. Also, with Mercury in Virgo or in the sixth house, the level of speed, because don't forget that Mercury rules speed, and executability and proficiency. With Mercury in Virgo, you could be in a classroom, let's say, and you are, with students, and they're putting a mathematical equation on the board, and the professor gives you like 10 minutes to do the math equation. But the person with Mercury in the sixth house will get that equation down in 2 minutes flat, while everybody else is 20 minutes, because not everyone is good in math, or you might have to figure out the bit, especially with physics or chemistry, and it's one of those like algebraic equations that have different parts to it, and you have to work out the equation of each part before you do the whole. Okay? A person with Mercury in the sixth house will get that like that. Like that. And it really is a very fun and exciting way to almost like speed. It's not a matter of that the person that finishes in 2 minutes is smarter than the rest of the classmates. It's the fact because they all can have the same level of proficiency. But the person with Mercury in the sixth house will have speed. And that speed is what's going to carry that person over in understanding any equation, but taking it out of the academia and applying it to life. You can know how to assess a situation. With this type of highly developed perceptive faculty, you are able to look at a person or look at a situation and completely make an assessment so powerful, so accurate, that it can make it. This is one of the position for Mercury when it comes to perceptive observation, because to understand perception, if you substitute the word perception and you put the word observation, it's the same faculty. You can come into a room and sit in the corner of a room and look at everybody and look at everything that's going on and make a quick assessment of who's in that room, why they're there, and what's going on. It's powerful, quite powerful. Now, the other aspect of Mercury in the sixth house, which seems to be a trend with a lot of research that has been done in this position, is that there is a talent with herbology, understanding herbs and plants. But it's more than that. Botany or herbology is deeply complex. It can take you years and years and years and years of study, and you still will not have the full proficiency of that profession. Because even to this day, 2024, we still have not completed a classification and catalog of plants and herbs. This planet is 90% plants and trees. And the name planet, if you take away the E, it spells plants. This is the most dominant of all the 5 kingdoms. So we still don't have a full understanding of this kingdom. It's too large, too vast. It's the same thing with stones and minerals. But plants and trees, they take the cake. When you have Mercury in the 6th house, it's not about knowing these different genus and species, perennials, perennials, flowers, which can take a lifetime to study. It's not about that. When you have Mercury in the 6th house, it's about classification, compartmentalization. This is the inherent talent when you have Mercury in the 6th house. But the classification, which can be a source of great talent, can also be used to classify people. Classify situations. And anything that is deeply complex can be broken down into classification. There's a proficiency also of technology, gadgets, computers, cell phones, even apps. All that can be of great proficiency and knowledge when you have Mercury in the 6th house. Mercury is the ruler of Virgo, but it's also exalted in Virgo. Right? Because the 6th house rules routine, exercise, nutrition, and overall wellness of health, the person with Mercury in the 6th house will automatically, without having to learn it, know what he or she needs intrinsically to maintain homeostasis of overall health. They have a unique connection to their own bodies, where they listen to their bodies and actually do what their bodies tells them. Because what we have to understand and accept is that the physical body has a language of its own. And if you are perceptive enough to hear that language, it should never be an issue with your health, because you are in tune with the language of the physical body concerning its physiology, its function, and what it needs. This is another great talent and gift when you are born with Mercury in the 6th house. There is, though, a liability here. And I've seen this myself with many people with Mercury in the 6th house, but also in Virgo. And that is that you can come across like a nerd. a geek or a dork. There isn't room enough to add other stuff that might border on right brain activity, where it's creative. With Mercury in the sixth house, those faculties don't come into play. It's really left brain activity. So people with very strong Mercury in the sixth house, making aspect to the moon or the sun or the ascendant, might not know how to relax. They might look like, stuffy. And they can function like a robot. Also, people with Mercury in the sixth house tend to play with their fingers, or they use their fingers like extensions of gadgets and computers. Oh, let me see, let me do this. Oh, okay, let me do that. Oh, yes. It's almost like an AI robot. That is another signature that will let you know, this person is very mercurial, and may not show much emotion or emphatic empathy. Guys, I hope you enjoy this. Please donate, please give, it's much needed. Fernando, CashApp, FERNA, number 5, NDO or ZELLE, which is 281-690-8825. And I hope this video was productive. Now we're moving in to Mercury in the 7th house, the cardinal house of Libra.